Scott, I don't think we could potentially do that every home game, but it definitely feels nice after recovering that point. What did you make of the last minute dash?
Yeah, I thought I got it wrong today, if I'm brutally honest. We knew that Enfield would possibly come here and sit in. We tried to get the ball down. We tried to play a little bit more in the first half than what we usually would. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it worked, if I'm brutally honest. So even though we had one or two chances, I didn't like us when we lost the ball in certain areas. We looked open, we looked expansive, and they deservedly probably got a goal. At half time, I didn't like us at all, and I told the lads that. I said it's not the sort of Slough town that I know, and the Slough town that I play in. So we adapted it, we changed shape, and I thought second half we were much more like ourselves. I think Jared Myers was superb when he came on. That's probably his best performance since Tunbridge, and he probably needed that as well. So I thought he was excellent. Obviously Peter's come on and got a goal. I thought we were knocking down the door for large periods in the second half. They obviously had their chances as well on the counter, which is going to happen. We're leaving 1v1 at the back, 2v2 at the back. We've got to go for the win. We'd never just settle for losing 1-0. So they had their chances, but I think in terms of the chances that we had some gilt-edged chances that on another day we might score 4 or 5. They might score 4 or 5. I'd have to watch it back. It seems complete carnage and chaotic. But I thought we were in control in the second half, being pretty comfortable. But yeah, it was hard to break down. They're obviously very well drilled, very well organised, and overall, listen, it feels more like a win for us than it does for them. They obviously can't get a win at the moment. They'll be kicking themselves that they haven't got over the line, but I look at the chances we've missed. I know that Victor's sort of crucifying himself in there. Ruben's had a great chance. There's been balls flashed across the box and whatnot. But overall, I think we deserved the point. But listen, if I watch it back and I get it wrong, and I'll have to see.
You've mentioned them a few times, the strikers, who all are clearly quite frustrated about obviously not getting on the score sheet just yet. Is it still a worry for you that we are 6 games in and not a striker yet to score?
No, it's not. And I just said in there, obviously they're beating themselves up a little bit, but it's a team game. I think that Peter's obviously come up trumps today and got an equaliser that everyone's treated like a winner. There will be times where strikers are going to miss chances, and I'd rather them have chances to miss than not have chances at all. And you look at the chances or opportunities we created today, I thought there were some really good ones. I know that on another day, Victor probably goes away with a couple of goals. Ruben, when he goes through, he's gone through the keeper's legs, and he said it hit the outside of the post. Listen, it's fine margins. It's a shame we didn't get the goal a little bit earlier, but listen, overall, we've got to be really pleased to go away with a point. I know that they'll feel aggrieved that it was 97th minute, but old Reece Forster was down for a couple of minutes in injury time, so I was hoping there was going to be a bit more, but I didn't think there'd be 2 minutes on top of the 5. But to be honest, I thought there'd be more than 5 minutes added on. I thought there was a lot of stoppages in the second half. But yeah, no, listen, for us, it's a good point off the back of a draw and a win. It's 5 points from 9, which is not the end of the world in this league. Every game is so tough, and I'm not just saying that for effect. It really is difficult. You have to earn every point in this league, and you can see. So it moves us on to Tuesday against Chippenham, another tough side. But yeah, it's better that we didn't get beat today.
I just wanted to go back, maybe slightly negative, and just sort of talk about that first half again slightly. I think one thing that was quite apparent to everyone around in the main stand and in the ground was the amount of times we lost the ball in midfield in that first half. Was that something that you definitely spoke about at half time? Yeah, exactly that. I think we were sloppy, all of us, myself included. I think we worked on things on Thursday night and it looked good, but then listen, when you do it in a match situation, it's completely different. It's hard to sort of replicate a match on a Thursday night and the intensity. I just felt as though we didn't have people going beyond, and that's one of our biggest strengths, is running in behind. Everything was to feet, it was tippy-tappy, and I didn't like us, I'll be honest, I didn't like us at all. I was having a bit of a meltdown at half-time, saying that I don't know why we've chosen to play like that, but I'll take responsibility. But we can't just go and crash it against Enfield. They're a big side at the back, starting with Victor, Johnny and Jayden up top. I thought we had to get the ball down and move them and try and pull them apart. A couple of times we looked okay, but a couple of times isn't enough, especially when we lose it. We were just too open, too expansive, and it felt like the grey sea was coming at us at times. So
To get in 1-0 at half-time was good because they had a really good chance just before half-time. I think it was a volley that flashed past the post. I think, is it Lamar, will be disappointed not to have scored it. But yeah, listen, overall, we'll go away a lot more pleased than they will. I think it's great to see Unders back as well today. It'd be wrong for me to not acknowledge that. Great person, great manager, someone I still speak to all the time, and I know that he'll be devastated that he's probably not got 3 points. But listen, it's great to have him back at the club, and I saw he got a good reception before the game, which he fully deserves.
Did performance-wise, player of the match was named as Johnny Goddard this afternoon. Did his sort of performance actually sum up the whole game in general? Because it felt like there was some frustration with him to begin with. I think there was a few stray passes, a few stray movements, but then he was the man in the end that ended up with the assist for Peter's goal. Yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned that because he's the only person in our team that's got the composure to go on his weak foot in the 97th minute, hang one up at the back stick. That's where Johnny comes alive, and it's really difficult to take Johnny off. Sometimes in games you think, well, we can't get the ball to Johnny, it's probably not his game, it's a little bit helter-skelter, I call it, a little bit hustle and bustle. But when the ball comes back out to him there, he's just got that composure just to dink one into the back stick, and great header from Peter. And we talk about starters, impactors and finishers. It's something that I don't know if I heard it or I came up with it, but the starters in the team are important, but the impactors and the finishers are probably more important. The last half an hour in games, or 15, 20 minutes in games in this league, there's so many goals scored. I'm delighted for Peter to come on and score. He's been brilliant in terms of his attitude. So you look at the impact the subs have had today. Jared Myers as well, I thought, like I said, he was excellent. He got at the left wing back many times, put some really good crosses in the box. Ruben's come on, possibly could have scored. So yeah, listen, it's always going to be a team game. No one's ever going to win alone or get beat alone. It's always us rather than the individual. So no, I'm quite pleased, Con. Disappointed that we didn't turn up for 45 minutes, but that's my responsibility. I take full blame for that. I set us up in a shape and in a way that I thought would be effective, and it wasn't. And listen, it's one of those learning curves for me. I'm still learning all the time. I have no problem with going home and having a look at what I did well and what I didn't do well. And I think today for 45 minutes I wasn't at my best in terms of setting up the team.
Just finally then, I'll ask the question slightly differently. A few times last season you spoke about talking about games in blocks. I just wanted your thoughts on where are we and kind of what do we see in terms of what is the block at the minute for you, and obviously your thoughts ahead to what is now a bigger game on Tuesday.
Yeah, we talk about getting to 10 points as quickly as you can, and once you get to 10 points you try and get to 30 as quickly as you can. It seems a long way off, but I think when you sort of look at the league table and you get to double figures, you know that the season's up and running. Obviously at the moment, was it 6 points, 6 games, couple defeats in there, probably too many draws. A really good win obviously last week against Ebbsfleet, and I think people will say, how do you turn up and beat Ebbsfleet, because they expect us to get beat, and then people expect us to beat Enfield. Every game is different. Enfield versus Slough, listen, it's still August, isn't it? Even in August, people know that it's a huge game. We're not going to be at the top end of the league fighting for promotion. We know that you try and take points off each other, teams like ourselves, and that's not doing a discredit to Enfield at all. They'll say the same about Slough. So it's one of those ones, it's a tough game. I thought it was two teams that were fully committed. We were sloppy at times, but the commitment's never lacking. You can see the boys have run till the end there. How many last minute goals we've got during my tenure is incredible, and that's full credit to the boys. They're the ones that keep going to the end. So yeah, no, listen, overall we've got to be pleased enough. And then obviously going into Tuesday, if we'd have gone into that with a defeat, it would have been really sort of deflating, and would have hit our confidence. But hopefully we can take the last 45 minutes of that game into Tuesday night now.
Brilliant. Thank you, Scott, for your time, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.